Hey everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net. Welcome to my media channel, and thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time with me today. And forgive the heater that's blowing above, just something that happens. And today we are going to continue what we started earlier this week and look at this Deluxe Collector's VHS of Beauty and the Beast, Walt Disney's Best Picture nominated film. Now, since the last video, which was the Fantasia video, I think there was a video on the Cure Blu-ray in the middle. Check that one out if you have it as well. I have come to some more insight into the existence of these particular sets. Now, these sets were created around the same time as Laserdiscs came out, and when the Laserdiscs came out, Disney would create two editions. They created the standard Laserdisc for the mainstream audience, and then they would create a deluxe edition that would have things like special features for the hardcore Disney fans. Now, this is not unlike a similar strategy that they did with DVD, where I remember that there were standard edition DVDs of Tarzan, The Emperor's New Groove, and Atlantis, The Lost Empire, but then there were two disc editions of these DVDs made for the collector's market that were which were more expensive and had special features and things like that. And at some point, Disney just, when it came to DVD and Blu-ray, just made everything one. There was no two editions anymore. But these were originally this is around the time that Laserdiscs were a thing, and Disney had the foresight, well, look, if there's people who are willing to pay a premium for the Laserdiscs, maybe they would be willing to pay a premium for VHS collector's editions. And it must have worked because the series actually lasted a lot longer than I expected. We're going to be doing several of these as I slowly accumulate them. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the Laserdisc editions for the record, because now that I've started the VHS, I'm probably going to finish the collection on VHS, and I can't really watch either one anyway, so, it just kind of makes sense. But as you can see, they did this for Beauty and the Beast. Now, Fantasia was the first one, and I forgot to mention that's one of the greatest films of all time. This is also one of the greatest films of all time, and so it makes sense that this would be one of their deluxe editions. Now, this one, unlike the Fantasia one, has really seen some better days. If you can see, there's some little nicks, unfortunately. I didn't spend a lot of money on this, but this one does have some nicks. But unlike the Fantasia one where you pulled it out, this one you open kind of like a storybook, and look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful display. And here's what's kind of nice. Even though the outside is a little nicked and stuff, the insides were preserved. Now, as you can see, the VHS tape is still sealed, but this one actually has the Classics logo. I mean, it's been a long time since I've held the Beauty and the Beast VHS tape, but I don't remember the Classics logo being there. I believe the casing was also white, so even in little ways, they're making this tape feel a little bit better and more pristine than the mainstream release. Now, another thing that they put in there is the Work in Progress edition. This was shown at the 1991 New York Festival. This was one of the special features on the Laserdisc. As you can see, the gold embroiling is fancy. This one's still brand new. It also has some making of special features, those that you could also get on the Laserdisc. Now, this Work in Progress edition has since been preserved on the DVDs and Blu-rays. I don't think these making of special features carried over because they made new ones. So these ones were probably redundant, but that's just really cool looking right there. I love how it just fits right in, and I can tell you right now, this one feels much more snug than the Fantasia set. I actually feel like they're gonna stay there. And then you have a soundtrack. Now, this soundtrack, again, I believe this is custom made for... It's been a long, long time since I held the original Beauty and the Beast soundtrack. I know my aunt had it, but I think this was still a little different. I don't remember the gold embroiling for the standard release. I think the standard release that was made available in regular stores also had like the silhouette of them. If memory serves, none of this has been touched. It's remained untouched for all of time. Then let's come over here. I probably should have done this side first. Now, unfortunately, this booklet, I see some better days, but oh well. When you pay what I pay for it, it's like, it's fine. And we have a making of booklet. And again, it feels so much like the Criterion Collection, like little behind the scenes artwork, and I love it. Oh, look, they even get one of the illustrators picture. I wonder what she's doing and if you would ever want to talk about this sometime. Oh, Brenda Chapman. You know, she co-director of Brave and The Prince of Egypt. One wonderful animator. Kirk Wise, Gary Truzell. It's amazing to see all these young animators and actors. They had no idea they were creating something so special at the time. Almost none of these people work at Disney anymore. It's amazing. But all right. Now, who's that at the end? Who was that at the very, very end? Bob Thomas. Oh, Bob Thomas. Oh, it's Bob Thomas. Yay! So he contributed to this. Then we have the lithograph. Now I'm going to open this over here, but just because. But I wonder if some of those other features from the Fantasia set. Yeah, it's just so hard to take these out without ripping the envelope, and I don't want to rip the envelope. That's the reason I just don't want to do it. But anyway, this is what the lithograph looks like. That's a great lithograph. Now, I'm going to also open over here, see if so there's no proof of purchase, no certificate of authenticity from Roy Disney. I do not know if that's because they simply didn't make those for this, or if it's because those were lost years to the sands of time, because again, while these were not opened, it's pretty clear that the booklet and the lithograph were handled. The booklet looks like it was handled extensively. I don't know if it shows up in the video, but there's like fingerprints and creases all over the pages. Let me just kind of... Is there anything down there? No, there is not. So let us put these things back. It's weird. So they have some foam. See, they have some foam in there that's kind of making this difficult to... Okay, there we go. There we go. And of course it's harder because I'm trying not to knock the camera over as well. That's a beautiful set. And that is the Walt Disney Classic Beauty and the Beast VHS Deluxe Collector's Edition. This cost over $100 when it came out. I got it for significantly less. Although some of the other sets are going to be a little bit more money, so when we will get around to looking at those, we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I'd like to know, did you ever have this? What do you think of this set? Is this something you would have loved to have had as a Disney fan during the VHS days? And heck, maybe you might want it now. Are you someone who says, oh, you know, I don't really have a VHS player anymore, but this looks really, really cool, and so I am therefore going to hunt this down on eBay and get it. I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. By the way, don't forget to check me out, my new podcast, iCritic Live, which is now officially on Apple, Spotify, Google, Deezer, and pretty much anywhere where podcasts are available. Please consider subscribing and leaving a review. That would help tremendously. Obviously, we don't show things like this, but you know, you can hear my opinion on various things, and I talk a lot about Disney on there as well. So, oh yeah, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.